What the heck was that about? So that's the force that's happening in your downswing. As you start your downswing, there is a lot of force going this way down toward the ground. Your club wants to slam into the ground. And in today's video, we're going to talk about why you don't want to hit down and through, why you actually want to be turning that energy back up to get the club to accelerate, to start hitting it farther, and to hit that ball dead, crisp, and clean. Let's go and get started. All right, so as we start the downswing, there's a lot of momentum, as I said, moving that club into the ground. That's one of the reasons that people struggle so much casting. They struggle hitting behind the ball, chunking the ball. There's nothing worse than hitting 6 inches behind the ball and having it dribble forward. So that momentum, we have to do something to change that so that the club whips through the ball. And one of the biggest misconceptions out there is that as I'm coming down, you can see all this is a big heavy head when it's moving very quickly. There's all this force moving down into the ground. And now all of a sudden I'm thinking, I've been told to move my hands down and through the shot. If I want to hit down and through, compress the ball, have forward shaft lean, I need to hit down and through, and that gets us really, really steep. The club already has tons of momentum moving down. We're going to add to that coming through contact, and it's just going to be really tough. We're going to be chopping down into the ball and really, really struggle. So what really happens is our momentum is moving back up toward our body. Let me explain what I mean by this. So as we start down, as your club is about parallel with the ground, your hands will be in front of your right leg, just maybe slightly outside of that, and your club itself will be pretty low. So if you look at my hands, they're going to be just above my knee, somewhere in this general vicinity, and I've created some good amount of lag here. My club is actually too close to the ground. If I kept my handle here and let the club drop down, you'll see it would be way behind the ball as I'm hitting. So if I set up here, there's my good lag. My hands are low enough to where if I release the club from there, it's way behind that. That's that downward portion of the swing. Now, as I get to there, my hands are actually going to be working back up as I release the club. So you can kind of imagine if I had tons of lag, and I exaggerated this, I'm very close to the ground now. Watch the butt end of the club. It works up as the club releases. And that's what gives us what's called a flat spot. So as your club's working down, the hands are turning up as the club is releasing. It gets close to the ground, and then it works what we call impact glide all the way through the striking zone. So your club's swinging down. As the hands turn up, it comes in very level, and you have this big 6 or 8 inch gap there where you can hit the ball and it's going to turn out pretty well. If I just keep the hands moving down, now I don't have that 6 or 8 inch gap. I'm chopping down into the ball. I have to meet the ball on the ground at the exact same time. My hands are turning up, club's coming down, and then just like a plane landing on the runway, it smooths out and glides nice and smooth with the turf, and you can hit anywhere in this zone and you're going to hit a decent shot. So the first part of that's all good in theory. How are we actually going to do this in our swing? So the first part of that is, let's go ahead and pause as your hands are in front of your right leg. My legs are going to be bent, my hips are opening up, and now my hands are pretty close to the ground. From here, my left leg is going to drive down into the ground. That's going to move my hip up. My shoulders are going to naturally rotate up. So if you look at my shoulders rotating, as they turn around in a circle, they're going to rotate up. And my hands are going to rotate up. So my hip, my shoulder, my hands, all that is rotating up to get that club to shallow out and to release kind of parallel with the ground. So pause here, hands parallel with the ground, or club parallel with the ground, hands in front of your right thigh. And then from there, pushing down in the ground, hip, shoulder, and hands are moving up. And we're going to make a nice shallow divot as we're doing that. That's the first part of it. Now the second part is we're actually losing the bend in our body. We're actually standing up through the shot, and a lot of people don't realize this. It's a little bit confusing at first, but it's super simple once you learn the idea. So again, if I'm going this direction, let's pretend I'm hitting the ball directly that way. Well, as I start my downswing, and I'm very low in the downswing, look how there's an angle between my torso and my upper legs. Right, I got this angle. Well, as I come through the shot, I'm actually losing that angle. So even though I'm staying in my posture, I'm losing that angle. So I can imagine I'm swinging in this direction. This is the best angle to look at this from. As I come down, there's that angle between my upper legs and my torso. As I hit the ball and I come into the release, now look how that angle's gone. See how my body's flat. Now I'm not coming out of my posture. Even though my body's flat, I'm staying down in my posture, but my torso has lost that angle. Let me show you from a couple different angles here. There we are coming down. in my posture, but my torso has lost that. So it's that straightening up that happens through impact, even though you're still turned sideways. It's that straightening up that allows the club to move up through there. If we don't do that, we're slamming down in the turf, we're really gonna struggle. So now let's put that move into the last move we learned. So we're gonna go down in the downswing, pause in front of the right leg, big angle between our hips and our torso. As we release the club on out in front, now I've lost that angle, but make sure you stay in your posture. Your shoulders are still tilted. So as I come through here, my hip is still back, my shoulders are still tilted so that I'm staying in my posture from the side. That's gonna make it nice and consistent. So I'm gonna do 100 repetitions the exact same way, hands down, and then I'm straightening up into my release all the way on through. So you've done 200 practice swings, do another 100 in full motion. So full practice swing is gonna look like this. Hands are working low to high. Club is gliding through impact, nice shallow divot. You should feel like you're taking a razor blade and slicing the top layer of grass off of the ground, just like you see the PGA Tour players doing. And that's gonna help you to be dead solid. Let's go ahead and try one out. There we go, hit that one really solid, dead straight, nice thin shallow divot. Good luck to you guys. Work on these drills. It's gonna make you a more pure ball striker and you're really gonna enjoy it. I'll see you guys soon. Hi guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got a fantastic bonus for you. I'm gonna talk about the #1 lag mistake that I see. So if you wanna build massive amounts of lag in your downswing and release that lag to get tons of speed, I'm gonna go over the #1 lag mistake in a preview of a video that's gonna pop up. If you wanna see that entire video, just click the link that pops up on your screen or the one down below in the description. If you're on a mobile device or a tablet, you'll just click the button that drops down in the description and then click the link from there. If you have any questions at all, post them in the comments. I'll try to answer all those myself. And then click the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. That really helps us out, helps us to grow the channel, keep giving you guys more videos. Also remember to subscribe, that way you'll see our latest videos. So good luck to you guys, play well, go out there and rip them. I'll see you in the lag video. Hi guys and welcome back. I'm Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see. And in this drill, what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building the lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, you look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be. I want to use the full length of this club to build lag and then release lag.